How are you all? I hope you're all doing amazing. Welcome to a new ASMR video. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Just want to give shout out to all the people who commented, donated. It means the world to me. It makes me happy that there are people who enjoy this and find it really helpful. And in return, we're all, in a way, giving support to one another. And that's, for me, is like incredible. I have no words to describe this, but honestly, it's only happiness that is there and great things. Like, I just feel great, and I'm thankful for all of you. So, today's topic is kind of similar to the topic that I started last week, and it's about synchronicities. First, I just wanted to mention that what sparked me into making this topic is how heavily I was getting synchronicities this year. Especially started in July, like pretty mild ones, August, and then September was a lot. Bombastic? No, it was incredible. Miraculous. I want to describe it beautifully. Magnificent. Yeah, and to be honest, just to be really honest with you guys, last 2 years of my life were so difficult, and it wasn't only difficulty, it was health related and mental health related as well. And I've been feeling much better, and I'm grateful. But what I learned from it is healing is beyond the physical too. Because in this book that I'm reading, The Holographic Universe, that sparked, kind of made me want to make more about synchronicities. And maybe it get us to question our reality and the nature of everything and the interconnectedness. It's incredible. And now I'm in a chapter where he's mentioning health related topics, and coincidence, or let's say holographic related things, and that's why I'm mentioning to you guys about health. And the results that are mentioned in the books are wild. If you're interested, and you will go and read the body part about it, like body and healing, I think it will really spark in you something new, and you will receive things differently. Yeah, I just wanted to mention, like, healing is more than healing your body. It's healing something more. We're here to understand nature and be intimate with it, or like be connected. It just leads us to the same things sometimes. And it's related to religion. Like, religion's trying to lead us to liberation or contentness or something that is beautiful. And it's not only religion, it's in spirituality, it's in all these things, but people keep, using it differently, which is okay. Anyways, I don't want to talk about this. So I introduced the health part, and then I wanted to share with you guys synchronicities that I collected from Reddit. I told you guys that I wanted to share synchronicities related topic. While I'm actually collecting from Reddit, I found book recommendations. I forgot what they were, but one written by Bernard, which a name I also like, and I found it written in those synchronicity topics, and one by Jung himself. So I'll just read the random subreddits that I screenshotted. This is the first synchronicity. I often experience things like a new word. I will see it somewhere and learn it and learn its meaning. Then very shortly thereafter, I will need to know that, like bingo. I have the answer and it's fresh on my mind. I think my angels put it there the first time to absorb, so I'm ready with the information when I need it. I relate to this a lot. It happened more than once to me as well. And that's why I screenshotted it, because I can relate. There is another one. A couple years ago, I was struggling with alcohol and drinking way too much. Around the same time, I discovered Jungian theory. I worked as a janitor, and I was working in the evening one night. I was kind of talking with myself, trying to convince myself not to pick up a few drinks on my way home. Just as I'm battling myself, really cursing at myself, an old man knocks on the door asking if this building was where the AA meeting was being held. This place resembles a daycare, and I was the only one parked in the parking lot. So I don't know for sure if that counts as one, but this made me not pick up a drink on the way home, and I got my drinking back under control. I like to think of it as a very useful one. If you don't know what AA meeting, I think it's for anyone who has a sort of an addiction. They would go to those meetings, and I listened to Ritual podcast, and he used to be an alcoholic, I believe, and he used to go to those meetings, and he always mentioned how powerful those meetings are and helpful. There's no judgment. There's only people who really want to better themselves in their life. Just wanted to put that out there. And there's this funny one. A guy was reading the synchronicity subreddit, or like topic, I don't know what to call it. And he said, I was reading this comment whilst watching a movie, and they started talking about synchronicity. LOL. It was dream scenario, but that might be my own interesting reflecting. There's also one that I wanted to share. One said, repeating numbers before changes or events or movements in my personal life. So the synchronicity for him happened before any of those transformative moments happened in his life. One said, encounters with bears. And he got this reply, interesting. I have had a bit of bear-related synchronicities recently. A very common symbol of the self in Nordic cultures. Dreamt of bear chasing me who would immediately catch up if I tried to turn from it. Read a bit about shamanism and bears. Then at place I went discussing having found some archaeological art of bears on their property. Then the guy who, or the girl, the account that wrote encounters with bear replied to this man, or replied to them, to this account that replied to them. He said, or they said, in my dream, a bear broke into the house of a relative where I was staying over. He ran into the kitchen and killed their dog. A few days later, my relative's dog actually died, having been killed by another dog. I later talked to some people about dreams, and they described something strange which later manifested in front of me. They explained that in Native American culture, bear is the symbol of the self as well. That is a call to become a shaman or to heal oneself and be filled with energy. They also explained how the bear symbolizes Ursa Major or Ursa Minor, the mother and the child constellation. Excuse me, I don't know how to read this one. Constellations. The next day at work, someone left behind a book, and when I went to go put it away, on the cover was a mother bear and its cub, with the title, I will love you always, no matter what. I will admit that it effed with my mind. I asked my mom about dreams and explained what I had found since she has a strong connection with dream messages. Apparently my grandfather from her mother's side of the family was a shaman, which explains a bit how she has such vivid and accurate dreams. The following days and weeks, bears would continue to appear in front of me on random screens, shirts with bears on them and people with tattoos of bears would always be near me. At the moment, I believe it's about 5 to 6 encounters. There's one I remember because I read and took a screenshot from it, but I don't know if I have it here. It was too about somebody who used to consume a lot of a lot of substances, and she was really having a bad time. They just celebrated her brother's bachelorette party, and the next morning she was feeling so awful. So she was in the lobby and she was about to exit it, and the people who were coming in, they were saying all is forgiven, and this stuck with her, and ever since she decided not to take any substance. And the last one is going to be sweet, okay? One said, Skyped my nephew in England, and he wanted to draw a picture to mail to my soon-to-be born daughter. He wouldn't show it to me, as he wanted to be surprised. She was born a few weeks later, and named Stella. Got the picture in the mail. He had drawn a star. And he had drawn a star. So, what does that tell you? It is really, really peculiar thing, or strange, weird, but it's also not, because we're all coming from one thing. There's no possibility that we're separate, as much more than we are connected. I would love to hear your stories if you have any. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. I would love to know what you think about those Reddit reading videos. Thank you all. Sending you so much love. Goodbye.